If s'more is like smoked something, like it could be like ham or something, maybe we need to fry it in a pan. So that's what I'm gonna do. I received this really nice email from a viewer in Norway requesting for me to follow recipes in languages that I don't speak. The first thing that I thought was, how did I not come up with this idea myself? And the second thing that I thought was Swedish. How many of us have tried reading the Swedish names for IKEA furniture? So this is my first episode on this series, and my goal is to transform this into a global series and just try different languages from all around the world. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see. The first savory dish that we're gonna make is the toast Scagger, and the ingredients are, I have the list of the ingredients in Swedish in front of me, and I'm gonna just tell you what I think it is. So first of all, it starts with 400 grams of Stora Racker Mezcal. It's 400 grams, and looking at the photo, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be shrimp, because I think that's the main ingredient for the dish, right? Even though I have no idea what it means, I'm gonna say that it's shrimp. Next ingredient, 1 citron, like sounds like citrus, so I'm gonna say 1 lemon. Next one, 2 DL, I think that's deciliters, that's a unit. 2 deciliters of mayonnaise. I'm gonna guess mayonnaise is mayonnaise. I think 2 deciliters is a lot, so it also seems fitting. Now it gets complicated. 2 misk. I don't know what that is. Finhackad dill. I'm gonna guess dill because it's there. I couldn't find dill, so we're gonna use coriander. The whole of Sweden unsubscribes. Dillvipa till garnering. Like garnish? I'm gonna guess mixed herbs, so you know, we got mixed herbs. We've got 2 of them. 4 skivor vit formbrod. Sounds like bread. Form is probably like sliced bread. Formbrod? Sliced bread? I don't know. It sounds like sliced bread, so I'm gonna guess that. Lojrom. Lojrom. What is that? Lojrom sounds like mushroom. I'm gonna go with mushroom. Next one is s'more. S'more. I literally couldn't think of a word that sounds like s'more in English, so it's probably not smoked ham. Last 2 ingredients are salt and vit pepper. I could get this wrong, but it sounds like salt and pepper. So that is the ingredients I'm gonna use. So we're just gonna get started with the steps. So I think steps means gore sahar, I don't know. Step number 1 is scala och grovaka. None of the ingredients are on this sentence. So I'm gonna, maybe the first step is like a good luck, like for the recipe kind of thing. This is bad. So step number 2, skar tuna. Tuna is not in the ingredients. Citron, lemon, something with lemons. Para till serving. Oh, leave the lemon aside until serving. 1 klyfta per bröd. 1 slice of lemon per bread. So I think this step has got something to do with the lemons, right? First of all, slicing it, but I think maybe the first step is to coat the shrimp in like lemon juice. That would make sense. So we're gonna need a lemon for this step, so that is what we're going to use. So the shrimp that I'm gonna use is already defrosted because, I mean, let's be honest, that's a risk I can't afford to run. So I'm gonna put the shrimp. Ooh, that's fishy. So I'm guessing step number 2 is to cut half of a lemon and then squeeze out the juice into the shrimp. This makes sense, right? To give it some flavor. So that would be like one of the first steps so that it marinates. And I'm gonna guess that the next step is to slice the lemon. They said 4 slices, I'm guessing, for presentation with the bread. So the shrimp is ready, the 4 slices of lemon are ready as well. So I think this was good for the second steps. Blanda rakorna med majones. Smaka farsk pressad. Spread? I don't know. Spread the mayo with the lemon juice, salt. I've already done the lemon juice. So I'm going to assume that they're asking to put the mayo into the shrimp and then add the salt and pepper. This is supposed to be 2 deciliters. What's a deciliter? Is that? How many deciliters is 1 milliliter? No, what?
1 milliliter is 0.01 deciliters.
So I'm gonna get all the mayo from here and we're gonna just mix it with the shrimp. So this is 200 milliliters. I'm using the whole jar. So we're gonna mix it. This actually looks a lot like the photo already. It is looking creamy. It's not even watery anymore, so that's a good thing. You need salt and pepper before I move on to the next step. So we're gonna do the pepper. So I'm gonna add the salt as well. And this was so much mayo that I feel like we really have to go off. I don't think it's going that bad. Let's move on to the next step. Band ner den fin hackadillen. I think that's chop the dill. Maybe it's like a verb in like Swedish for like cutting the dill. Because they use dill so much in like cooking that it's got its own verb. We don't have dill, so this is gonna be... So parsley it is. What is wrong with my chopping board? Are you... Right, squish it down. The talent of that is. How much was it? 2 msk. That's 2 of whatever that was supposed to be. That kind of looks like a fancy like Greek food dish. I'm not mad at this. We could be potentially nailing this. It's going to be really interesting when I see the translation later. Steak dem Classica. Steak pan sounds like a frying pan. Like a steak pan. Can you cook mayo? So first of all, let me get a frying pan, and then if semlor is like smoked something, like it could be like ham or something, maybe we need to fry it in a pan. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, smoked ham. Doesn't sound like the most Swedish ingredient, but I've got no idea what else it could be. So I'm just gonna put this in a frying pan. Something tells me that this is not right. We're going to fry this for like 3 seconds just to give it some toasty color. So while that's frying, let's check what the next step is. This is the last step actually, this is good. Fordella broran over broden. Pour the mixture over bread. Add mushroom as a topping. Serve it with the lemon from before, the slices of lemon. We've done that. So while that's frying, I'm gonna get the bread. So we're gonna toast these 4 slices because it's 4 slices of lemon that we have. Oh, it is ready. Okay, so we're gonna flip it. So here we've got our crispy ham. I mean, it's not that crispy, but I'm not gonna lie, this is not a pairing that I've seen before with shrimp. So here's the lineup to make our toast Scagger. We've got, you know, the lemon, mushroom, ham, the mixture, and the bread. First of all, a slice of toast. Overly done, but I'm gonna put a slice of ham, because what else I'm gonna put it? Like, I can't find information for that, so a slice of ham on top of the bread. Then this is perhaps the most important step, which is putting the prawn mayo mixture on top. So this is kind of what it looks like so far. I think this is from the first step. We're gonna put some lemon, like maybe like on the side, kind of like that. We're going to sprinkle some mushrooms on top. And the last thing I'm gonna add is some fresh herbs, but obviously this is supposed to be dill. So this is my very much foreign approach to toast Scagger. I have no idea what that even means. We all know this is a terrible idea, so we're just gonna move on to the dessert, which is Classica semlor. I've never heard of this before. I chose it because it looks incredible. Kind of like a cupcake sandwich with cream on the inside. The photo is incredible. I really want to get this one right. On this website that I'm checking, I'm pretty sure that the recipe is divided into like 2 different steps. One of them being the making of the dough, and the second one being the white filling, but I'm probably wrong, and I mean, we're gonna see what happens. First thing, it's supposed to make 10. The first ingredient is half packet yast. I think you might say yast. You know, when the bacteria is bubbling up.
Yeast bacteria.
So I think this first ingredient is yeast. Half a packet of yeast, which is probably the 50 grams that it says on there. Second ingredient, 100 grams of semlor eller margarine. Butter or margarine or any kind of like, I don't know, spread. We've heard semlor before. I think this ingredient is butter, the second one. 2.5 deciliters of milk. So I've got milk measured in here, but I can't show it to you because I filled it up to the T. So if I move it, it's gonna spill. 1 egg I think that's egg, 1 egg, pretty self-explanatory. I could get this wrong, but I don't think so. 1 deciliter of Scagger. I measured 1 deciliter of sugar and it amounts to the same. So, I mean, it seems like Scagger is sugar. So I think this is one of the few that we're gonna get right. 2 crumb of salt. I'm gonna guess like teaspoon or like maybe a sprinkle. 2 crumbs is like 2 sprinkles of salt. Next ingredient is 2 crumb of wow, that's a word. Jordan salt. I'm gonna guess pink Himalayan salt. Jordan Himalayan. The last ingredient, and this is a really confusing one, 8 deciliters of vetemjol. And like that sounds exactly like vegetable oil. Vetemjol, vegetable oil. But then I looked at the ingredients and I'm like, it doesn't have any flour. There is no way that flour isn't on this list. Even though vetemjol sounds like vegetable oil, I'm not gonna use that because I'm pretty sure the 480 grams is flour. Why would it come in the end though? I'm really confused. I'm gonna use 480 grams of flour, which is a lot, like that's half a kilogram. Then there's an extra step that says penciling egg, which I guess it means brushing, like on top after, like an egg wash. That makes sense. So, first step, wow, that's a long step. Smula, Yasten, Matfed, and Castro, microwave for full effect. I think we're gonna microwave the milk, because that's the only liquid we've got here, with the yeast. That makes sense. Finger farm? Oh, you put your finger to check if it's warm. Finger farmed. I'm learning Swedish in real time, I just want to say that. I'm gonna microwave the milk for 1 minute, 800 watts, and then we're gonna add the yeast to it, and then... Does it say that we have to wait? Oh my god. I told you guys that the milk... Why did I do this? 1 minute in the microwave. So the milk is warm and we're gonna just pour it in there. I'm gonna pour half a packet of yeast. It's literally just yeast and milk. So I'm gonna mix it. And normally I think you're supposed to wait. Tilsat resten. That sounds like let it rest for a while. Av deg fatskan. Let it rest for a while. Sugar, salt, your Himalayan salt. All the rest of the ingredients, we're just gonna add it now, which seems to make sense. And then the last step says, lat degen yaha overhack. I think we need to let it rest for 30 minutes. That makes sense. So we mix all the ingredients, let it rest for 30 minutes. So here goes the sugar. I mean, yeast loves sugar. The butter, which is not melted. Maybe it says that it should be melted, but, well, the salt, the Himalayan salt, which is oddly specific. This is a really small egg, like really small. But so I'm gonna mix this. Wow, the butter is really not gonna mix. I mean, if this was right, the butter would be melted. So I already know that we missed, you know, a few things here and there. That does not look right. Like it's super chunky and weird, but whatever. So to this, I'm gonna add the flour, and that is basically the last ingredient. I honestly don't know where it says flour. To me, I can't find the word flour in these steps. So we're gonna mix this again. It literally became like bread dough, but I guess that kind of makes sense. I wish the butter was more melted, but... So that is basically all the ingredients for the first step. I'm gonna let this rest for 30 minutes and try to mix it a little bit better just to make sure the butter is fully incorporated. And then we're gonna carry on with reading the recipe. The dough seems pretty good. I mean, it didn't double in size if that was the intention. So we're gonna spray 10. So I'm gonna separate this into 10, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie guys, this dough seems like it's going to work. It's kind of bready, kind of cakey, which is exactly what the photo looks like. So this is kind of what it looks like. Honestly, not bad. I didn't understand any of it, but this seems right. So I'm gonna bake this for... Oh, the 20 minutes is the baking. I basically speak Swedish now. It's been exactly 20 minutes of the little cakes baking in the oven. I did not open it to check or anything. I just literally followed what I think the recipe said. So we're hoping for the best, but now we gotta go for the last set of ingredients that we need, and then we can officially sit down and enjoy both dishes. So the next step says filming, which I guess it means filling, 100 grams of mandel masa. I've got no idea what it is. And then it says 2 msk of milk. Based almost entirely on the photo, it looked like this creamy like filling. I'm guessing it's 100 grams of icing sugar, which doesn't seem like a lot for the whole recipe, so I'm slightly concerned about the amount. I don't know, but that's the filling. And then the last step is the garnering. 2 deciliters of visp grad. Like what? The last ingredient is flour soccer, which I guess it means, I'm guessing brown sugar on top. I don't know. And I'm guessing visp grada is like maybe like a spray to make the brown sugar stick, right? We spray with visp grada, and then we grab the brown sugar, we sprinkle with the flour soccer. I'm gonna have a look at what our Swedish cakes look like. Oh no. How do you say oh no in Swedish? Also, how do you say I'm going to retire? It's not exactly what I was expecting. It looks slightly better on camera. I was expecting this to be all puffed up. Oh my god, it's like a scone. Why is it sliced already? What technology do they have in Sweden that we don't have? So we're gonna do 100 grams of icing sugar, and we're gonna do this while the cakes cool down so this doesn't melt. So that's maybe why the 10 minutes. And then I don't know how much milk we need. Oh my god, this is straight up ice. Not quite what I expected. It did not look like that in the photo. Let me try to show you from up close so you see how truly terrible this is. So here we've got our 2 sides. Honestly, it smells like a scone a little bit. And we're going to ice our cakes. This is so sad looking. And then we're gonna put the top on. Maybe this side because it looks prettier. I cannot wait to see the difference like between this and the original. Definitely not what I was expecting, but it's what we've made. I started this series super excited for what could happen, and now I'm just scared if we make any more of these episodes. I'm also scared of trying this. Should we start with the toast kraken? I don't even remember the name. It feels like a lifetime ago, like I'm a completely different person. So I'm gonna open this recipe in English. Oh my god. Toast Scagger is a quick cooked recipe that fits well as an appetizer or a luxury snack. Mix shrimp, dill and mayo with lemon juice. Fried mold bread? We had to fry bread? we used shrimp, 1 lemon. Oh my god, we got all of this right. 2 tablespoons of chopped dill. Like I got that. I didn't have the dill, but you know the dill rocker for decoration. Oh, I thought that was ham. 4 tablespoons of onions. That would have made this taste so much better. Butter and onion. I think somehow I mixed for mushroom and ham. I managed to destroy one of the national dishes of a country. I don't even know if this is a national dish. I honestly wish I could say something bad, but it's just very plain. Like the ham and the mushroom, it doesn't have a whole lot of flavors, so it still just tastes like mayo. It's pretty good. It's alright. The coriander is weird. The texture is not that bad. Could have used a little bit more lemon. This is dry, but... So I'm about to check the English recipe for the... something, I don't know. Creamy and tasty pastries to enjoy. The filling for bread buns consists of sweet almond paste. Don't forget to powder icing sugar on the lid of the saddle. What is deer horn salt? That's one of the weirdest ingredients I've ever heard of. That sounds incredible. This sounds like disappointment, but... oh my god. It's so dry. It's like a really dry scone. It's powdery. So that was an interesting concept for a video. I honestly don't even know what you guys are gonna think, because I myself don't even know if this is worth being a series. Like, There's very small chances that any of you wants to see an episode 2 to this series, but if you do, please give the video a like. It's the easiest way to let me know that you want to watch more. And also, if you guys speak like a different language, I think this is interesting. Let me know in the comment section down below which second language you guys speak other than English. If we do an episode 2, which language should we follow a recipe in? I'm gonna read the comments, and if I pick your language, I'm gonna give you credit for it. So I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.